This particular facility in Clarence, Missouri actually used to be an old Maytag factory.
So we use a 0.2 micron filter on all runs.
One thing that Coco is super big about is we promote within.
Welcome to Coco Lab.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis. Your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Top Shelf. We are the Artisans of Dank. I'm Big V.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Stuart.
How's everybody doing?
Another episode, if you will.
Another episode.
We're having an episode.
Episode 85 to be exact.
We're all having an episode. Episode 85, man.
85.
So what's everybody dabbing in with today?
Man, I'm just going to come right out and say it. I got some freaking lemon tree punch, and I am pleased as punch about it because...
Oh, nice.
I finally got me a dab rig fitting of my stature.
Yes, very good.
And I've started slapping it. Blues Brothers,
man.
Growing Dank,
Of course,
Captain Redbeard, AOD, Top Shelf. Need a couple other ones to put on there.
Right. Oh, make sure you guys get in there and get everybody tagged and everything.
Get tagging, baby.
Make sure you go get some of this lemon tree punch.
Right? Any AOD product, they're all fire.
No, they are, but wow, this is amazing.
Okay, so we're going to be doing another pop-up this week, right?
Yep.
Evidently, we're going to be doing a pop-up in St. Joe, and we're going to have the locations, and I can't remember where the other one was. We'll have the locations later.
I know the other one is Kansas City something.
That's Green Light. Yeah, that's not our focus right now, though. But we'll have those later. So.
Woo.
Oh man,
I got to get dabbed out, man.
It's
been a day, bro.
Dabbed in.
Dabbed in.
We are dab out. You're flashing forward.
Yeah, what time is it, man? How did we get all ready to dab out time?
Man, oh man.
Straw Keef. Daniel Jones is smoking on some Straw Keef. Man.
Yeah.
I was trying to read it and then it disappeared.
Yeah, it moves fast.
Man, you got quick out there.
My goodness. Man, there's a lot going on this week, man.
Yes, there is.
A whole lot going on. We're going to get into some stuff. All the buzz, of course, it's time of year, and it's the year for all the, legalization efforts to be put on the table, and we're going to be right in the middle of it all. And, right in the middle of it, man.
Yeah.
Like a mosh
I mean,
pit.
dude, I literally got people calling me while we're coming on, while the show's starting.
During
I got
the
people
pre-show.
calling me, and it's like, dude,
People you think would know better.
I'm
legalization.
going live, man, and it's about what we're, and so I reach over and I click that little ignore button so I don't have to hear it ring.
Yep.
But if you know I'm going live, man,
No
please
offense.
don't call me.
Like a mosh pit.
Yeah.
So cool. Hi, Dabstone, Indica, D,
Critical Coyote.
a.k.a. Dusty,
Cured live.
Burgess, Jeremy, Sherry, Jennifer.
A lot of people, what's up?
They're all here.
Yep, gangs
Magic
over here.
Mirror.
And more
Magic
coming.
Mirror. Was that Romper Room, man? I always refer to Romper Room. So, anyway, cool. We got a great show for you tonight.
Only thing I ever heard about romper room was when my dad would be like, "This ain't no GD romper room." Or
See, he knew what Romper Room was, man.
yeah, he knew,
You
but
know,
I
he
didn't
knew
know.
what Romper Room was. So.
And it was always whenever I was jacking around,
Right. Well,
Oh, man.
that's what, it's not Romper Room.
It's not no romper
It
room
wasn't
time.
no Romper Room. Don't play, man.
Right.
Don't be playing. It ain't time to play.
No.
Yeah, I learned.
You're a good dude, Stuart. So anyway, all right, we got Dank Dave that's going to be talking about legalization in Missouri, Amendment 3, breaking it down for you, just the facts.
The Cannabis Answer Man.
And then we'll get in a little bit on that discussion.
There even might be a little bit about that in the news too, man. There's there's a lot.
It's all over the place
It's
right now.
ridiculous.
And before the news, we're just going to play it by ear and talk about some whatever we want to talk about. So we'll be back after a word from our sponsors.
Yeah, well, actually, let's
Do
do a little giveaway
hold on.
video. Let's do our little
what?
giveaway.
Okay,
Giveaway video.
our
and then
giveaway
we'll-
video. Then go to a word
That
from our
sounds like a
sponsors.
good idea.
Go ahead and hit it, Dave.
Not thinking about tomorrow. Don't worry, that's a motto. So we keep moving along. Not thinking about tomorrow. Don't worry, that's a motto. So we keep moving along.
This skiller facility in Clarence, Missouri actually used to be an old Maytag factory.
So we use a 0.2 micron filter on all runs.
One thing that Coco is super big about is we promote within.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
All right, what's up, everybody?
Another dab in.
Another dab in. All right, I better follow suit.
It's a dab in kind
Another
of day.
dab in. It is a dab in kind of day.
Weather wasn't too bad out there. You
No,
know.
it was nice.
Yeah.
We sat outside.
In the shade. It was nice in the shade. A little warm
yeah.
in the sun.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say I got to run up and watch Gabby play her first round of golf as a Cardi Bulldog high school golfer. So that was pretty fun. I didn't stay for the whole thing because otherwise
Right.
I would have been late.
How'd she do?
But, man, she was hitting.
Get any slam dunks?
Hitting that, yeah, she was hitting slam dunks all day, baby. It was crazy.
Hitting slam runs.
I think she got the most points.
Making home downs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most points?
Right, yeah, she got the most points.
Yeah. Okay.
Right on, man. Nothing but net.
Nothing
But yeah, so anyway, the weather, that's what made me think of it because it was beautiful. But it was Shauna and my mom were in the golf cart, so I had to just hang on to the back because there was no seats. So I was just doing a lot of this shit, and then I had like my drink and it splashed up, and it was a whole thing.
Right. They go off any like. Did they get it airborne at all?
No
you hang on to-
jackass maneuvers,
Oh,
thank
okay.
goodness.
Okay.
Those are
That's
very
hilarious.
dangerous. I don't do those. Rest in peace, Johnny Knoxville. Because he died from that.
No.
Just kidding.
Well, since we're sharing war stories for the day,
Right.
So earlier today, I'm just kind of chilling, meditating a little bit in between the smoke sesh and the time that I have to start preparing for the show here, and I hear Olivia screaming bloody murder, just oh my God, what in the world? And she's freaking out, so I jump up and run in there. I'm like, what's going on? What the heck's going on?
Right.
Jazzy threw something up on my bed. So I look at
It's the
it,
worst.
and I'm like, I'm expecting to see a pile of mush, and I look over, and it's like, she goes, oh my God, what is it? It looks like a bunny rabbit. So yeah, so Jazzy had killed and swallowed a bunny
And Danny-
rabbit whole.
Danny Lagood got it right. Silly rabbit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right, if you're getting
Did
into
not
it.
come around
Yeah,
here.
and she puked the rabbit up on Olivia's bed.
Oh.
And it was the whole rabbit. It was
Oh,
pretty
no.
nasty.
Oh, man.
So that was an interesting part of my day, just for anybody that really gives a crap. So,
Wow.
but what
Rest in
about
peace,
this?
rabbit.
Okay, what about this dude in Australia, man?
Right.
What about this dude in Australia that had a ball of weed stuck in his nose
Yeah.
for
Wrapped-
18 years?
Wrapped
man.
in plastic and stuck in his nose.
Yeah, so I mean,
But-
evidently,
Why?
I don't know, but I posted a link to it earlier today, and I'm just like, what the?
Right.
How do you have a ball of weed?
Not how. Why?
Well, because
we know
was
why,
he was
but-
in prison.
Yes.
His girlfriend
Oh.
smuggled him in some weed.
Yeah.
In a little balloon bag. He stuck it up his nose to take it in there, and he might have stuck a couple of them
He
up
nose
in there.
keistered it.
Right, and
Yeah.
so usually the thing
Nose-dered
is,
it?
you get in there and you can
Yeah.
blow it out. Well, he couldn't get it out, and he shoved it way back up in there, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, evidently, he felt like he had swallowed it
Right. He thought it was
at
gone.
some point.
Guess
and it
that's
was
the end of
gone.
that story. Anyway, you guys want to play cards or what?
Right, I know, right? How do you not know you got a freaking balloon of weed in your sinus cavity?
Guess
How do you
I'll
not
never have
feel
to
it?
worry about that again.
Like, what in the world?
Well,
you
I
know?
wonder if it made everything smell like it. Just like I gave everything a general cannabis scent.
Right?
You know, I mean,
That could be
maybe.
a perk.
But if it
But-
would have, maybe he would have known it was still there. He thought
Right,
it had
yeah.
passed.
Well, I mean, years of sinus infections. It said he had years of infections
Yeah.
and sinus
Headaches
problems and,
Yeah, I don't know.
migraines.
I don't know what's
And
going
so they did a CT, and they found it.
Yeah.
And it was calcified. It had calcium and
there you go.
Yeah, there it
Yeah,
is.
there's the picture. Okay, so yeah, I
That's
mean,
insane.
and so they had it surgically removed, and now he feels great.
Now
Wow.
he's feeling.
It's
You
like-
know, that's a lot better. Yeah, well, that's the dangers of marijuana.
Yeah.
Getting
You know,
lodged up your nose.
The most
for
dangerous
18
thing
years.
about it is if you jam it up your nose, it's liable to
And
just stay there.
It still didn't kill him.
It
Still didn't kill this man. He put it in his brain.
It was there for 18 years, and it still didn't kill him.
I know. I wonder what kind it was.
I don't know.
If it had any seeds in it.
Right? Growing out his head.
Oh, dude, would that make a good strain?
Oh yeah, you bust
Oh, my
that up,
God.
right? You
Hell
bust
yeah.
up the calcified lump, if you
Right.
will, and then
They
you know
said
you
there was a
find
green
seed
mush
and-
in there. is
Yeah.
what they
Oh, it was
said.
just green mush.
Just
Yeah.
a green mush.
A
and then-
vegetative mush.
yeah.
Well, I guess that. Oh,
Hey, I
We
mean,
know who
18
didn't read
years.
the story, don't we?
18
no, I'm.
years.
Hey, I'm as surprised as you guys are.
Oh my
but
God!
Jesus
So
Christ.
yeah.
You got to think 18 years. It's sitting in there for 18 years. There's
Oh my
that's
God,
got to have like
dude.
decomposed in there. If there was any kind of moisture in that bud,
Yeah,
it would have
for
it would
real.
have decomposed in there.
That's
Yeah.
long enough to have a child, pay child support, and finish paying child support.
Right. Or be right there on the brink of finishing.
Well, yeah, you'd be real close.
I mean,
Because you got a
good grief, man.
conception and,
And so,
pregnancy time there.
Again, we come back. So again, we come back to the most dangerous thing about weed is
It's illegal.
it's illegal. Because if it wouldn't have been illegal, he wouldn't have been having to shove it up his nose to get it into prison
That's
to get
right.
his medication.
Absolutely.
Who would
to
have
get
thought-
his
who would have thought
medication?
making-
That poor man needed his freaking
He
medication.
needed his medication.
Damn it.
Who would have thought making something illegal made it dangerous?
No,
Go
man.
figure.
No, I don't know. That's crazy talk.
It
You're
is.
you're one of them
Yeah.
crazies, aren't you?
Because people are going to do what people are going to do.
Right.
If they want to do it, you know.
The
I
government's
mean-
never stopped anybody from doing anything ever.
Whoa! Okay.
Before we go into the anarchy,
Right? I was going
Attitude.
somewhere on there. So we have a trivia question.
We do have a trivia
What is it?
question.
Here it is. It's going to be a little different. Name that
Uh-oh.
word. 7-letter slang word for cannabis. We are looking for one specific 7-letter word slang for cannabis.
I missed this
Slang.
one too, so I'm sitting here thinking.
Yeah. So slang word for cannabis, 7 letters.
And I was not clued in on this. I am
Nope.
not savvy.
Only me and the production
what
team
this answer
know what the
is.
answer is on this. So, but anyways, it's gonna be a
So
tricky
yeah, there you
Nope.
go.
one. There's a lot of
Do it to
words.
it.
So
All right, while you guys are trying to figure out what the word he means or wants, which I don't know either, so I'm clueless.
Very
What were we talking? We're going to talk a little bit about Kansas, about
yes, about a new bill that, or not a new bill, but one of the representatives out there was saying how
We have a winner.
oh we have
We
a winner.
have a winner. Which
Mindy?
one is it?
Mindy Holbrook.
Cabbage.
Cabbage.
There you go. This
Nice.
is a term from an actual for actual buds of cannabis plant. Papa Twist cabbage on instinct. That white's throwing me off.
Oh, I
From
see.
the
It's-
notorious
yes, from the notorious-
B.I.G.
yeah.
implying he is
Yes.
able to grind weed on an impulse.
Yes.
That
Need to
is
get
such
my
an
eyes checked. They kinda blurred a
amazing
little.
strength. You can just
Oh, yeah.
you can grind weed on impulse. Please
Right.
let's talk about it.
Dude, that's like superpower right there, man.
Right.
Right.
Anytime you want. You want to see me break up some
Yeah,
weed right now?
so
I'll free you to
email
do
Right
it.
now, dude.
Send that email your
Ain't fucking
information,
around. I got
and we'll
weed
get
right
that
now.
prize.
Right, yeah,
out
we
to
got
you.
enough
some
weed. We
weed.
can break some weed up. No big deal.
I think I
Right.
got some weed. Hey, man.
You think?
I'm about out.
Getting low.
You're gonna have to call the plug.
I don't have a plug, man.
Oh no, man! You guys can't even find cannabis.
No, I have a caregiver.
I don't.
Of course.
I don't know anybody.
I don't know anybody. either.
That sucks,
I
man.
know.
Anyway,
I hate
yeah, we need to start growing our own.
Right?
We probably should. You think it's expensive?
Yeah, kind of. So, grow your own. What's Jeremy saying? How's everyone doing? Jeremy, we are doing great, man.
Man, we're
Right.
rocking and rolling.
Mike knows a guy.
Mike knows a guy.
Mike knows a guy.
Oh, good.
All right, we don't
Mike-
need to go there,
Mike
Mike. Mike.
But yes, that
Sarah,
is-
grow your own. There you go. Grow your own. That's what I'm saying.
but yeah, there was
So
a
anyway, who cares? I mean, I say who cares? I care. Kansas
Yeah.
is sucking right now, okay?
Yep.
Look, Kansas is a non-referendum state, okay?
Yeah.
So basically there is no petition initiative. You have to count on your senators and your representatives to
Wow.
make the decisions for you once
So-
you vote them into office. And Kansas was the last state to release alcohol prohibition.
Right.
And I don't really see them being any different now than they were then.
Can you still not buy it on Sundays? or?
They just
No,
changed the last
you
little bits.
can
Now you
now.
can buy it's not 3-2 beer at gas stations anymore. You know,
Good
it's not the near
Lord.
beer.
You can buy
Come
real
on.
beer.
Yeah, you can buy real beer at gas stations and stuff
and
now.
I think you
but
can get it on Sunday too.
yeah, I think they opened that up. Now
Yeah.
they still cut it off early in the evening. I still think it was.
Oh
like
yeah.
early
Better
evening, but-
stop it pretty early. That
Right,
way.
unless you're in a bar. Bars they can stay open pretty late, but yeah.
So
Get to a bar right.
as a youth in Coffeyville, Kansas,
oh,
there's a town
that was
called
dry back
South
then.
Coffeyville.
Two Utes.
Two Utes. Utes.
Utes.
Ute.
Yeah.
Utes. Okay.
Coffeyville.
Sunday, no beer. Okay. That sucked. Oklahoma, beer at 18. Okay. Only 3-2, but it's beer.
Right.
So
Drink
everybody
enough
went
of
to
it?
South
Yeah.
Coffeyville. It was just a
Multiplication.
matter of driving across a set of railroad tracks to
An
Oklahoma.
an imaginary
and being
line.
in South Coffeyville
Yeah.
and buying beer. And, they never carded, but of course
Right.
I never bought beer underage.
No, of course
Never.
not. That's
I wouldn't do
illegal.
that.
That's
But,
crazy talk.
I mean, it was fun to drive to South Coffeyville. We thought we were badasses, you know what I mean? But
So you don't have.
you couldn't buy beer in Kansas. So the big bitch is that everybody goes out of state and buys their beer on Sundays,
Oh, yeah.
and Kansas is losing hundreds and thousands of dollars a year in tax
I
revenue.
remember when I was in the service at Fort Riley, I remember driving on a Sunday, driving all the way over to Kansas City, Missouri just to pick up,
just to get beer.
just to get beer from Fort Riley.
Yeah, that's stupid, dude.
Oh, it was stupid.
Can I get everybody's beer order?
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a fill your car.
Reload. Fort Riley's 3 hours away, man.
It was a
Good
good.
Lord.
There was like 5 of us that all came up here for the
Oh
day,
my
and all the beer was
goodness.
gone when you got back, right?
Yeah,
You
really.
drank it
Oh,
on the way
cans
back.
off,
Oh yeah,
spilling
by the
out
time
like,
we made
oh
it back,
fuck.
it was bedtime anyway.
Oh, my
so
God.
Yeah, we're real tired anyway.
Wow. That's
formation the next
Yeah,
day.
you
all
guys
smell
going
is the
to
alcohol.
You guys going to PT or what?
Yeah. Oh, it was. There was no question. It was either PT or sick call. That was the only option.
That was your options.
And so it was 90% of the time it was a formation of alcohol,
Let me
like a
guess,
cloud of
call-
alcohol.
Sick call wasn't a good option.
No,
Oh, no.
No,
you don't
no.
go on sick call with a
Unless you
hangover,
were
bro.
sick. If you
Unless
were in with
you
a
were
hangover,
sick,
you were in
alright.
trouble.
No.
Oh man, you better.
We were
suffer,
under
huh?
strict orders as medics if someone came into sick call to make sure their squad leader knew that they had high levels of alcohol in their blood,
Yeah.
that they were hungover, and so yeah. And if
It's
we
not a
didn't,
normal
it was
doctor.
our
They
ass.
can tell people.
Yeah, well, is what it is. So anyway, yeah.
Wow. Anyways, Kansas, you need to get your shit
Yeah,
together.
Kansas, you suck. Okay.
Yep.
I mean, they say they will never legalize cannabis on any level where it can be used in any other way, but in, like FICO or
Right.
something. Which I would at least like to see that, but they're not going to. Yeah, they have no intentions of legalizing cannabis in Kansas.
No.
And unfortunately, the people don't have a say or any way to leverage any of their strengths other than to vote for representatives
Yes.
that will represent cannabis and
Right.
get
So let's-
them in office so they can fight for things. So
Let's talk about that a little bit because that's the difference is that like in Missouri, like Dave was telling us last week, is we have the ability for the citizen petition,
Right.
which is what we use. It's a tool that we use when we say, hey, government, you're not doing your job. So we the people got to like drag you by the ear and come do
Right.
it,
Right.
And they don't even have that.
no,
Right,
they
so
don't have
like
that.
it's just it's an amazing thing because right now the petition in place has so many people who are pissed off about it.
Yeah.
They don't like it, but yet it's a tool of the people.
Yeah.
But it could be
manipulated.
It can be used incorrectly
It
or,
can be,
or
yeah.
whatever, you know. I mean, incorrectly is such
Yes.
a broad word, but you know what I mean. It's just,
Yes.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Money does a lot of things.
Right,
Well-
you know, and well,
That's
you know,
true.
to get the, it seems like it's a good deal, which it is. It's better than not having that option.
Yeah, I agree.
But you know, it costs a lot of money to
Yes.
get an initiative through and get signatures and get enough stuff. So you have to have some interest involved and stuff like that. So, yeah, it makes it to where, you know, unless you have a shit ton of money, you can't get.
Right. And that's just
An
for the
initiative
sheer amount of labor that it takes to go out all day, every day, and get signatures.
Right.
Right.
That's what the money, you know, and marketing, of course.
And
Yep.
then the
But-
verification.
Well, and then the verification.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So there's three, you know, there's three different aspects of that.
Yes,
that
it
cost
does.
a
It takes
lot.
a whole hell of a
Please.
lot of money,
Yeah.
man.
A whole
Yes.
hell of a lot of money.
So
Take some money.
Yeah. I don't know how
It's
that.
gonna
what-
take a money.
Well, it's-
whole lot of spending time.
you know that's unfortunate that Kansas doesn't have that state, but or have that right to be able to do that. But you know they can't. You can still get involved to an extent. I'm sure you can.
Yep.
There's places you can.
Well, you
get
got to go to the
involved.
Capitol.
Yeah.
You got to show up and walk in their office because they say, "Hey, man, you can come in here. It's
Anytime.
whatever.
Open
This
door
is
policy."
this is your place."
And
I
you
walk
know,
in like, "Yeah, that's what I thought."
both of the big neighbors of Kansas are both going to potentially be rec here soon. You know, hopefully, you know that might hopefully that might change.
You think it'll be a tight enough squeeze?
I wouldn't
Right.
necessarily consider what's on the ballot as being recreational.
Right.
It's adult use.
Yeah, adult use.
But it's still very, very
Limited.
limited. You can't consume in public.
Right. But I still
You
think it
can't
will.
go
It
out.
would be impactful.
Yes, to
no
the-
matter how you feel about Amendment 3, it would be impactful. I would assume having the two states, you know, being sandwiched between two states, because I mean, my gosh,
Right.
it's
And with the biggest city in Kansas being Kansas City,
Yes.
being right next to Kansas City, Missouri, where
Right.
it's huge, I have a feeling it would go a long way for helping Kansas become illegal.
I mean, I
and
don't know.
To some extent.
Every state was surrounding them was legal for alcohol.
Very true.
yeah, they are stubborn.
Very
That's
true.
right.
And it was federally declassified, and,
Right.
And they
still
still
held out.
Wow.
Well,
They
maybe
still
that
held out.
means the Kansas people need to get some new politicians in there that have the right views to get that stuff done.
That's the only recourse you have is to
Yeah.
vote in the people that will do what you want them to do, and finding those people are, you know, that's the hard part. So
Yes.
good luck, Kansas. We're rooting for you.
Well, they just
we
lie.
can't do anything but
Right.
sit over here and root for you.
Yeah.
So
we have no
all
say.
day, every
we
day.
have our own fucking problems for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
But every
You
time
know.
I drive down state line, I think about you.
Well, and that's another thing to
know?
bring up with that. You know, even right now, how fair is it that I'm on State Line Road on the east side, and I'm sitting here legal to smoke a doobie, but my neighbor, who's on the west side of State Line, it'd be illegal for him to have a car.
Yeah,
to
he
even
better
possess
not.
it.
If he
He'd go to
does,
jail.
It's
I'm
not
calling
fair,
the
man.
cops
It
right
isn't.
now.
It's an
Yeah.
imaginary
It's not
line down
fair.
the middle of a road, and that's
Not
what
fair.
separates it.
They're like, hey man, we
It's
made this line with your money, so
Right.
we own it
Fair.
somehow
So-
or something.
I wonder if you're driving down southbound down State Line Road, and you're card holder, you're legal. If you're technically on the Kansas side or if you're on the Missouri side, where does that line fall?
All I
Right
know is
in
if
the
I see
middle
a
of the
Kansas,
road.
So
if
if
I
you're
see a
going
Kansas
south-
cop and I'm on the Kansas side, I'm flipping a bitch right
Okay,
now.
Here's my advice: is if you're carrying weed, stay off State Line Road.
There you
If-
go. Because that could be a whole gray area. That could be both. You can hit it either ways on that one.
I mean,
I got
you know,
I got a lot of thoughts on that I'll just
Right.
keep to myself.
You just
That
keep
I
'em
probably
right
should
to yourself,
just,
brother.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
I should
So
keep
yeah, keep them right to yourself. Don't share them with everyone.
them. Everyone
so
knows
we all
what
know.
I'm thinking, and it's fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm having weed on State Line Road,
As long as you're in Missouri.
and all in Kansas. No, fuck them. You know, flat out. That's
you.
that's the real talk.
That's real talk right there.
You should never know when I'm going to be in Kansas. Hell, I think I've been
Exactly.
in
I'm not gonna
Kansas.
like call them up and tell them that I'm coming
Man, I'm
over there
coming
to drive
through.
down the road.
Well,
Coming
You got
through,
better
guys.
look out because there's some cannabis running through your state today.
Right.
They're like, who is this?
Hell, I think I go to Kansas.
Doing well, top shelf, baby, and we're coming through.
They're like, don't call us on our lunch break.
Yeah, we're coming.
Kids playing on the phone. I don't know.
I tell you what, we do that, I'll get it on film. I promise.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it for sure. Let's go out to Lawrence. They don't care about anything out there.
Yeah, really.
Just fucking. And how'd you get it here? Oh, we just appeared.
We are here. That's all that matters.
Yes.
We're here. So yeah. So anyway,
Oh man.
what else, man? We got anything to talk about?
Yeah.
We're getting ready to go to the news, and we're getting ready to hear from
We do have one thing to
Dave.
touch on.
I knew you knew something was going on.
Yeah, you
man.
got that look in your eye.
He's
You
got
know,
that glow.
We did touch on it a
He
little
gets
bit
this
during the
little
smoke
twinkle
sesh.
running
Yeah.
out here
No,
with
it's not a twink. It's that light bulb, the way back in the back of my head, going ding. Hey, you got something.
Well, it
That's what
appears
that
to
is.
me as a
It's
twinkle.
sort of flickery.
I
Yeah, 'cause
perceive
it's-
it as a twinkle, bro.
A
So
twink- okay, there we
if I
go.
perceive it as a twinkle, it's a fucking twinkle.
Okay,
man.
there you go.
Twinkle.
Whatever makes you
Anyway,
happy.
what the
Big Pete.
fuck is it, bro?
So, we talked a little bit about the smoke sesh, but we got our New Year's Eve party coming up.
Okay, we
Yes,
do.
and we got
have
the
our New
flyer.
Year's
Go ahead and bring out flyer.
Bring
out.
our flyer up. There
And
we
what
are.
is the date of this party?
New
What is
Year's
the date?
Eve, December 31st.
Oh, okay, yes. Just want to make sure
Yes.
you guys all knew. I knew,
Right.
but you guys now know.
It
Now
is-
you know.
It is going to
So,
be epic.
all right, so we are.
So we're
going
not
to-
playing.
and we're putting ourselves out there. Okay,
Yeah.
we're done.
You're good, Dave. Yep.
All right, so we're putting ourselves out there.
Yeah.
And we are going to start practicing and working on a blues review.
Yep.
We're going to do it karaoke style.
I'm gonna learn how to tap dance.
We're getting a band together, man. He's going to learn how to
That's
tap
right.
dance.
I'm telling you what. After seeing Aykroyd and his moves,
He's slick.
Yeah, they're
isn't he?
pretty-
he was a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Especially, he was just really just hitting all these moves. I'd show you right now, but you know what I mean. We're doing the show and everything, but
Yeah.
but no,
It'll
I
be
mean,
interesting.
he was really the man.
Yeah, so yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Like I said earlier, it's scary, but I'm looking very much forward to it.
Yeah.
Especially once we're all rehearsed up and got it all slick.
Oh, yeah, we know
and-
what we're
Yeah,
doing.
so if you
and
want to come
ready
see
to
us
roll.
make complete asses of ourselves,
Yeah. Hey, Dave, you got a spotlight? DJ Dave?
Yes, sir.
All right.
it's got to
yeah,
be
yeah.
on
DJ
Stewart.
Dave's
DJ
got a
Dave's got a
spotlight.
spotlight. Oh no, it's,
He wants to make sure it's gonna be on
yeah,
Stewart.
no, I'm gonna need to share that with you guys, 100%.
He's going to lead the way, man.
And I will say there will probably be several very large dabs taken right before that.
You think so?
At least
To
for
help
me.
you relax a little.
The
Yeah.
band. The band.
Yeah.
The
give me
band,
4 fried
man.
chickens and a Coke.
Yep.
4 fried
hell
chickens
yeah.
and
We're
a
going to have
Coke.
some soul food.
We're going to
We're going to have some soul food buffets there. Put some
Yep.
things on
Down
there.
Bringing it in. Mitch is gonna be bringing that to us.
Yep.
And so it's going to be great. And obviously, when we're not, regaling the audience with our wonderful blues review, we'll have DJ Dave on the ones and
He
twos.
will be.
And he will be playing all the hits, all the songs
Yeah.
that make you want to dance, all the
Hell
songs
yeah.
that make you like have one of those nights where you look at your watch when it's close to time, you can't even believe how fast it went, and you hate that it's over.
Right.
So that's what we're going for.
He's
Yes.
not, no pressure.
No
That's
pressure.
No
that's
pressure.
the theme.
No pressure, Dave.
No pressure. So,
No,
and,
Dave
and
doesn't
we're
care. He's
thinking
got
there
this.
might be some karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might want to hear from some of you.
Budsies is wanting to get involved there with something.
Yeah.
Something.
We're gonna have a little
So,
dab bar.
Dab bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Better
be
take my
something you
pre-news
won't
dab.
want to miss, and there are limited tickets. So when
Yes,
they go
sir.
on sale, make sure you get them.
Right on. So anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time for us to get informed with the 411, and we do that
On the news.
on the news. So we'll be right back with Stewie Lewis in the news.
Welcome to Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients first is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
It's time for the Top Shelf Weekly Update with Stuart Wells.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Top Shelf Weekly Update. I'm Stuart Wells. So CNN thinks that it's very important to tell you that those in U.S. states that have legalized recreational cannabis use it 20% more frequently than those in states that have not legalized. This news has shaken me to my core. I mean, what's next? What are they going to tell us, that water is wet? What are we going to do? Of course, use will go up when you stop threatening to throw humans in cages simply for possessing a plant. And even more as education spreads about this wonderful gift that we have been given. The participants were both from Colorado and Minnesota, and even included 111 pairs of identical twins, if you can believe it. That's 222 for those counting. Am I surprised by this? Absolutely not. I think it's common sense, and wow, it must be a slow news day to be reporting on that. Moving on. So, the Missouri cannabis scene is absolutely wild right now. For one, we just had a Cookies open up and shut down almost immediately because the security risk is just too high. I mean, come on, a business can only handle like one smash and grab per year, not several in a week. Digging a little deeper into the Mo, it was announced that there are enough signatures to put Amendment 3 on the ballot this November. Naturally, that has caused some in the community to turn on one another because they disagree. That announcement came a few weeks back. Fast forward to today, and we now know that there has been a lawsuit filed to remove the adult use cannabis measure from the Missouri ballot. Joy Sweeney is a resident of Jefferson City and does not agree with the decision that Legal Mo 2022, now known as Amendment 3, gathered enough valid signatures to qualify and therefore violates the Missouri Constitution. More specifically, the lawsuit asserts that Secretary Ashcroft, quote, certified and counted signatures that were marked through by the local election authorities, and absent this action, the Marijuana Initiative petition would not have had a sufficient number of valid signatures in 6 of the 8 congressional districts. In order to qualify for the ballot, proposed constitutional amendments need to gather 8% of the vote from the 2020 gubernatorial election in all 8 districts. Last that I heard, records of signatures and voter rolls have not yet been provided per a request made under the Sunshine Law, also known as Missouri's Open Record Law. This is all public information. The lawsuit also claims that the petition violates the single subject rule by containing multiple subjects and unrelated matters. Under the Missouri Constitution, initiative petitions shall not, quote, shall not contain more than one amended and revised article of this Constitution, or one new article which shall not contain more than one subject and matters properly connected therewith. They say that the measure would not only legalize cannabis, but would also criminalize possession of certain amounts. It would create a process for licensing and growing cannabis and establish taxing guidelines. It will create a new position to oversee licensure on, quote, a preferential basis, as noted in the lawsuit. The purpose of the single subject rule is to prevent log rolling, whereas many different items are put under the guise of one petition. I can imagine that those who do not support the amendment, who do not support Amendment 3, would be happy to hear this news and hopeful that the suit is actually won. But I need to tell you that this woman who filed these court documents is a staffer at the Community Anti-Drug Coalitions of America and former public school board member in Jeff City. She thinks marijuanas are coming for your kids in the middle of the night and taking them to that weird place Pinocchio went. Joy. Great name, by the way. I'm sure you spread joy and happiness everywhere you go. Yeah. Kindly see your way out. We have enough arguing to do amongst ourselves to even worry about you. Okay, moving on. Finally, tonight, something fun. A professor named Yimin Yang has been dubbed the discoverer of ancient Chinese cannabis. He performed laboratory tests that proved cannabis was consumed for its psychotropic effects well over 2,000 years ago and has been growing on the earth for millions of years. Originating in Central Asia, cannabis became embedded in early Asian culture as the people derived such necessary staples as cordage for tying or tethering, as it were, and also fiber for clothing and much, much more. Now, the way they found this out is not pretty. They had to excavate a burial site located 10,000 feet above sea level to study indigenous peoples' tombs of the region. What they found in those tombs was a collection of burnt residue and ash that still remained until that very day. There is another example from Greece that dates back to 440 BC, where the nomadic, hope I say this right, Scythians, as part of their post-burial ritual, would consume cannabis smoke to purify themselves, as we all do. Evidently, they would dig a pit and then fill it with red-hot stones. Then they would throw cannabis material on the stones and send up, quote, clouds that would rival a fine Greek bathhouse. I'm paraphrasing, of course. When the tent would fill with aromatic intoxicant, they would crawl in and breathe the smoke. Then they would howl in joy at the vapor bath. To that, I say shit yes. That sounds awesome. Anywho, back on track. They analyzed the ash found in China and found that THC was in fact present. Not only was it present, but it was more potent than any previous found growing in the region, hinting at actual cultivation and deliberate use for its mind-altering capabilities. At 2,500 years old, it was the oldest cannabis directly linked to consumption. And I'll tell you right now, if it was good enough for the Asians 2,500 years ago, it's good enough for us now, by God. Tonight's words of wisdom come from the lyrical poet known as Tupac Shakur, and it goes out to anyone who is out there struggling. Even though you're fed up, you've got to keep your head up. Thanks, everyone.
This skiller facility in Clarence, Missouri actually used to be an old Maytag factory.
So we use a 0.2 micron filter on all runs.
One thing that Coco is super big about is we promote within.
Welcome to Coco Lab.
Welcome to Coco Lab.
Yeah. So anyway, wrecked him. Damn near killed him. You guys believe that whole story? That old joke is very long.
Little Johnny. Oh, little Johnny. I'll tell you what, man. One of these days, we're going to have an episode built around little Johnny.
Oh my God, dude! I
Little
worked
Johnny
with this French dude who told little Johnny jokes all the time. Oh man, little Johnny was always getting into so much mischief.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Hey,
Oh,
Stewie, you're not gonna believe what little Johnny did today.
Oh my God. So
That
yeah,
is
we better not.
insane.
We might get banned if we tell some little Johnny jokes.
Man, I know that's rough.
Yeah, that might not be good. But, oh yeah, so we do need to bring something up.
Oh
But
yeah,
what's
yeah. Okay,
changed?
what's changed?
Something we
Hold
got
on.
something to talk about.
Yes, you're right. We have boxes. What we're looking for is how many? First person to tell us how many Artisan of Dank boxes are on this set wins.
The boxes.
We
not
wanted
the,
it to be a
we don't
surprise.
want, not these,
No,
just
these,
the
right
boxes.
here. These. How many of these are on the set? Let's do it.
I tell you what, that dab in
Almost
worked.
Crystal.
That dab in worked. That's for sure.
Oh man, I feel like she was already counting. She was quick on that draw. She must have
Right?
like guessed that.
Oh,
that's
there
what-
it is.
Devin Knapzinger.
All right.
There you go, 15. There are 15 AOD boxes on our set.
Yes.
Congrats,
Email.
Devin. Sorry, Rachel. Devin already beat you.
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Aha, we threw you guys for a second, didn't
Yes.
we?
Yeah, they were like, wait a second.
Oh, this is easy, man. Boom.
What's
And it's
going
like,
on
no,
here?
And
And
we
we
know how
didn't-
many.
We didn't forget either. We did that on purpose.
Yeah, it was totally
That was
part
totally
of
on
the
purpose.
deal.
Yes.
Yes. Tonight is not a night that we would forget anything.
No.
No.
Why would we forget?
I don't know.
I forgot. Why?
I can't recall, but we talked about it earlier, but I'm not sure what. I don't remember. Anyway, so
It's the darndest
cool.
thing, man.
It's the
What
damnest
is?
thing.
What are we talking
The
about?
forgetfulness.
Okay, so what are we doing right now? We
Oh, yes.
are burning the clock, man.
We are. Well, we have stuff to get to.
We have. What are we getting to?
Well,
gotta
we're
get to-
basically
We got Dank Dave.
we got
yeah, we're
Dank Dave.
basically stalling for a few moments before we go to Dank Day.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's time for Dank Day.
you think we're getting there?
I think everybody is
Let me-
ready.
Okay,
for
before we jump over to Dank Dave, for just the facts
Yes, just the facts.
Cannabis answer man.
about the Cannabis Answer Man, about Amendment 3. What we need to do is, I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Damn.
What we need to do is,
We were so close on that one. We
were
almost had
there.
something.
We were almost there.
I think it's time for
Clean
another
this-
Oh,
I
real
need to clean
quick,
this
I remember
on.
what I wanted to say.
Oh, wow.
So if you want a prize, if you won, shoot us the email.
yes.
I don't know if you guys already said
That
that
one.
right there.
Yeah, look at those.
Shoot us your shipping
green.
info
Yes.
at
Green
artisanofdank.com. Info at
Oh, show.
artisansofdank.com. Plural. All right.
Hoorah.
So moving forward,
Yes.
I'll shut up now. You
Yeah.
take over, Zach. Do your
Well,
thing,
you know
bro.
what? I think it's time. Let's just go ahead and go on to Dank Day.
Dank Dave. Here he is.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Just the Facts. Before we get started, I do just want to let you guys know that I am not a lawyer, I'm not a politician, I am just a normal person like you guys.
You said you was the lawyer.
You're not a
I just
doctor?
took the time out to sit down and really dig into what's going on with Legal Mo or Amendment 3 and also House Bill 2704, and spent a lot of time also figuring out just where we're really at. So, if you think you can't understand this, sit down, read it, see what happens. But let's move on. So tonight's topic is going to be about the medicinal use of cannabis. I want to start with where we're currently at in the medicinal side of things and compare that to where the medical program would be if Amendment 3 passes or if House Bill 2704 would actually make any changes. So, starting off, our current system requires a state licensed physician and a set of one or more qualifying conditions to receive a medical card. Amendment 3, if passed, would alter this slightly to allow nurse practitioners to also qualify individuals for a medical card. House Bill 2704, however, would make no changes. So, on the subject of that licensing, patients, caregivers, and home cultivators all must renew that license yearly. That includes a new doctor's visit, which is necessary every year to keep your medical card. Amendment 3 would change the renewal cycle to 3 years, while lowering the cultivation cost at the same time. And I can tell you what the difference in that cultivation cost would be, but where's the fun in that? You're going to have to wait for the segment where I talk about that to get the answer. So stay tuned for more info on that later. You're also going to have to wait for another big licensing change that affects home cultivators if House Bill 2704 were to pass. Now, continuing on, currently medical patients can purchase up to 4 ounces of marijuana without requesting an increase in their limit every 30 days. You can raise this limit up to 8 ounces, but the patient must visit 2 doctors with 2 agreeing opinions that the increase is warranted. House Bill 2704, once again, is leaving this alone untouched. Now, what would Amendment 3 do? Obviously, you're questioning that, right? So that would increase the 4-ounce limit to 6 ounces. That, once again, can be increased with a doctor's authorization. For those of you that caught that, that was not plural. Amendment 3 also changes the medical system to where a single doctor or nurse practitioner can increase your purchase limit. So, as a side note, the MME, or Missouri Marijuana Equivalency System, as you can see up there, will stay in place. There are no changes. In case you were wondering, 3.5 grams of marijuana is considered to be the same as 1 gram of concentrate, which is also equal to 100 milligrams of THC infused product. Now, all 3 of these scenarios do not affect the seed to sale tracking system that's in place. If you're wondering what that is, essentially every step of the way from the time a seed is germinated all the way to the time it makes it into your hands, every movement, every transfer is recorded and logged, including plants that die, material that has to be disposed of. Everything is tracked. Now, continuing, for those that are out of state, you're kind of like, hey, what's this got to do with me? Well, here's your bit. So if you are from out of state and you hold a medical card in your home state, currently you can possess your medical cannabis, but you cannot purchase at a dispensary in Missouri. If Amendment 3 was to pass, that would change and allow out-of-state patients to purchase from Missouri dispensaries with their medical card. That really doesn't matter, though, because it would be recreational, so you wouldn't actually need the card. So last tonight, only one of our 3 options actually makes cannabis no longer a Schedule I substance, and that would be House Bill 2704. Once again, I'm Dank Dave, and these are just the facts.
Facts for sure.
All right, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave's laying down the facts, man.
Those are some hard, definitely facts for sure.
So yeah, so
Right, and it's just like the more I hear about both, you know what I mean? Each one, like some things are good, some things are bad, you know what I mean? It's like I love hearing it from Dave like that. It's I can't wait to keep going and get further into everything.
And hearing the true comparison between the two and our current situation.
Yeah, what we have right now, you know, I like that.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll help everybody make an educated decision and give you something to go on. So, you know, whether you're for it or against Amendment 3, right now there's a lawsuit against it. It might not even go up, but, you know.
Never know.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave covered it good tonight. You know, I don't know, man. I think what I'm anxious to get into here is I'm anxious to get into how it's going to affect expungements,
Right.
how it's going to affect the average Joe home grower, how it, the guy who wants to grow and possess his stuff. You know, I want to talk. I want to see how it's going to change for the caregivers on the medical side, you know, things like that. And that's what we're going to be getting into here in the future. So, yeah, man, I hope you guys are taking notes and listening
Really
to what the information Dave's laying down.
Yeah, really get to know this stuff so you actually know how to vote correctly and, you know what you're voting for.
Right.
Well, it's just all about perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, like you mentioned, you know, the home grower, and he had talked about the medical patient. I mean, if you're just a regular medical patient, you're going to stay a medical patient, and you don't want to grow your own or anything, you're thinking, well, heck, now I don't have to go see a doctor for 3 years,
Right.
and it's half the price.
Right.
You know, so that's one segment. That's what we've got.
Right.
The cannabis community right now is all in segments, and everybody's looking at it from their frame of reference and what has affected them and people in their lives. Right. So
somebody who, you know, just requires maybe a 1/4 ounce a month, of medication or even an ounce of medication
Yeah,
a month,
whatever.
there's no point in, if they're not going to grow their own, if they're busy, they don't have time, and they just go to a dispensary and buy it.
It's actually even becomes cost effective at that point.
Right.
Because that's really your cheapest way out.
It
if
really
you need
is,
that small amount.
Yeah, and you may as well. You would be delighted to only
Caregiver
have to
won't
go,
mess with you, really.
And none of the other laws or none of the other changes or anything are going to make any difference to you. And that's what that's the position, probably. I would say the overwhelming amount of people.
Very silent majority.
All the people that signed the petition.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where they're okay.
Hey.
It's the time for the wheel of dank.
Wheel of dank. So if you tag somebody before the news,
Yes.
hopefully we got everybody on the wheel. Sometimes we didn't. Let us
Right.
know if we missed you, and if we did, we'll do our damnedest to get
So
you on next
sorry.
week.
Yep. So go ahead and bring that wheel up.
Sorry.
We're
Spin that wheel
sorry.
for us.
Sorry.
We're sorry.
So sorry.
Let's see. Who do we got?
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Somebody new.
Shauna Russ.
Yay!
There
A
we
new
go.
name up there. Shauna Russ.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, remember to send an email to the info@theartisansofdank.com.
Yeah.
It's going to pop up the overlay right
There
there.
it is. Right
There it is.
Boom. Okay.
Still getting used to where those overlays
Now
sit.
let's show these guys what they won again.
Oh,
Do
yeah,
we have
if
that
you want-
video?
Go to
Okay. Show you guys what you won because we don't have them out here on the table.
Yep.
We have not.
Not thinking about tomorrow. Don't worry, that's a motto. So we keep moving along. Not thinking about tomorrow. Don't worry, that's a motto. So we keep moving along.
One.
All right. Congratulations,
So,
Shauna.
we threw
Yeah.
some nice giveaways there.
We did.
Yeah. So
And
we
again, there's
appreciate.
that email again.
We just want to show you guys how much we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Share our shit and invite
Yep.
people to watch our show. And
Yeah. And
And-
guess and next week is our last Facebook Top Fan giveaway.
Is that so?
Yeah. Next week is our last monthly Top Fan from Facebook giveaway.
And why is that, Zach?
Because we're moving over to a different platform that will actually be able to give us a better judgment of top fans and stuff. Whereas
yes.
Facebook just
They
randomly
suck.
takes
Yep.
top fan
Right.
badges away.
Right.
This way we can actually keep track of our fans.
Dude,
better
how
and
many
stuff like
people
that.
have been pissed off at us for losing their top
Yeah,
end
and
badge?
we have no control.
Maybe
over it.
even
have no
quit.
control
Maybe
over
even
it.
just been like, fuck y'all, I'm
Right.
leaving. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Like, seriously.
we've opened up a
Right,
Patreon.
Patreon. So,
yeah.
yep,
so
we
go ahead and bring that
opened a
Patreon.
Patreon. Bring it up.
There it is. It's popping. There you go. Patreon.com/Artisans of Dank. And if once you
right.
become a Patreon, so
We'll shoot a link up there so that somebody can actually click on it and go there.
Right.
Yep. So
yeah, you
go
go
ahead.
on there and you can. There's different tiers you can get on, but that will get you on to our new top fan giveaway,
Yeah.
monthly
And
top
then
fan
that's
giveaway.
going on the top
Patreon
fan
giveaway.
Wheel
Yes.
of Dank.
That's
Yes.
the
right.
one- Yeah.
The
All
names
those
on there.
names is
Right.
how we will
Yep.
build the Wheel of Dank from now on.
Exactly.
Right, absolutely.
Not the monthly top fan Wheel of Dank.
Right. Not the show. Every
Not the
show.
one we just did.
Everything else going to stay the same. So we're good on
Exactly.
that. So anyway, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Oh
be,
my goodness, man!
fun.
So much. So there's still a lot of back and forth between Amendment 3. What's up
Yes.
what's up with the lawsuit, man? I mean,
Well,
so do they really not have the amount of signatures that they need? Is that what's going on? Are
I
we
was-
being like bamboozled with that too?
I read that they came to the Secretary of State with a certain amount of signatures, and remember, it's about the congressional districts. You have to have 8% from each district, and they were
Right.
missing that mark in 6 of 8 of the districts. And correct me
Okay.
if I'm wrong. This is what I've got right now.
Right.
And so then all of a sudden they were it was just all good. Secretary of State certified signatures that had evidently been, quote, marked through. I don't know if that is a you know, is that like a literal term where they
Yeah, where
marked
they've been marked
through
out.
with
They've been
a
marked
with a
through.
pen?
No good.
That's the way I take it.
Right.
He
So
counted signatures that had been marked through
who
as
marked
invalid.
them out? But if it was local people, see, so these go to local
Counters.
certifiers, yes, first, and then are sent over. So if those local people used that, you know, if they're marking them out, just
And they
so
were rechecked.
Right.
right. I was thinking that was J Dub Soldier. If I might have that reversed, I'm not exactly sure. He
Right.
was saying 6 of 8 had them, and I think he's right. There was 2
Right.
that did
Two
not.
that missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and weren't they
Um,
the big ones too? Weren't they Kansas City and St. Louis or something like
Yeah,
that?
I don't remember exactly the region off the top of my head
want-
either. But anyway, so then all of a sudden the signatures were there.
Right. They all of a sudden were good.
Yeah. So, but this lady, Joy, she is
I
not.
got that joy,
she-
joy, joy.
she's
joy
anti-cannabis.
Down in my feet. Where? Down in my feet.
Right? I
Where?
mean-
Down in. I got
Good
that
Lord,
joy,
no.
joy,
Stop,
joy,
stop,
joy.
stop.
Down in my-
So Joy is anti-cannabis, and her coalition that she rolls with is anti-cannabis, and so that's like, is the enemy of my enemy my friend? If you're against Amendment 3, you're like, yeah, go Joy. But what about when Joy comes for your friggin'
Right.
amendment?
Comes after whatever you're pushing.
Yeah,
for.
man.
And that I mean that's politics, man. It's like, you know, it's like being in the Middle East. man.
Right. What we need to do is
It's like one day you're training these fuckers, the next day you're fighting them. You know, it's like stupid, and it's the same thing with politics, man.
we need to educate her.
Yeah, sadly.
We need to, she needs to be educated, is what she needs. You know, she needs to realize how
She's
it's
afraid
not-
for the children, man.
yeah.
We need
Won't
to
somebody please think of the
educate.
children?
It needs
What
to be like
about the children?
mandatory.
Soylent Green is made of people.
Damn.
Oh man.
Yeah, so it's getting a bit ridiculous, you know, but it's
Yeah.
fun watching it. It's serious. It's aggravating, you know. I take the stance that any cannabis, any law governing cannabis is unjust.
Yes.
And to me, anything other than complete descheduling and
Yeah, forget about it.
letting us
Right.
just have it like tomatoes,
Tomato,
to me
tomato.
that's the only just way for us to
Roma,
move forward.
big
Okay.
beef
Unfortunately, I'm not the only one that feels that way either. A lot of people feel that way. Unfortunately, the jackwads that we put in office don't feel that way, and the rich people with a lot of money and a lot of gain to make if they get these laws put in the way they want them put in have a whole lot more influence than anybody, you know.
Right.
Right. You mean than somebody who can actually go to the Capitol and try to actually participate in the democratic process
Right.
in abundance even, and then still like leave completely disheartened and disappointed because the rug was ripped out from underneath you, like some sort of fucked up genie.
Yeah, kind of like that. This is getting a little lamenting
What?
here. This is starting to kind
is
of
there-
like take
there's-
a turn.
Sorry,
there
man. You know
something
it's a
about your
long ass drive
mayorship
at Jeff
that-
City, man. No,
Oh, okay.
it was.
I
it
thought you
was
were
freaking
reflecting on your
Be
mayorship
wise,
or something
legalize,
here.
you know?
Be wise,
We
legalize.
drove
So,
our asses down there.
Yeah,
you know,
that was-
do all that. And
so again, you know, and we want to. If Amendment 3 doesn't go through, excuse me, I'm drinking sparkling water, so
Right.
not bad manners, good water. So anyway, you know, if Amendment 3 doesn't pass, I mean, do you jump on the House Bill 2704 bandwagon?
Right.
I'm not so sure. Okay.
I don't
if
know
you don't
if I
like,
like
if you don't
the
like
change.
Amendment
Okay,
3,
I'm not so
you
sure.
probably don't like HB 2704 the way it looks right now.
I don't
Well,
think so, man. Because
there's a
and
good
here's
chance-
the thing, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't know.
Well, if you don't like Amendment 3, there's a good chance House Bill 2704 will turn into pretty much the same thing as Amendment 3 when
and
it
they've been
hits.
trying to get House Bill 2704 passed for a long time, or something similar.
Is 2704 complete expungement? No questions asked?
That's
think-
something
You know,
that we'll
I-
have to cover.
yeah, that's
in another
right. That's
story. We're not going to
absolutely
go
right.
into
Yeah.
that, but
I would
you know,
like to
here's
know.
the one thing I just want to make sure that everyone understands. You know, they've been trying to push a House bill through for a long time.
Yes.
And it hasn't been able to go through. Okay. If the House bill is passed through and signed in, and everything happens that needs to happen for it to become a law, You know, it sounds good and it can be really good all up front and everything's great, but you know, they can pretty much change it on a whim.
Yeah.
And we could end up fucked
They
just
fucked
like
them
Michigan.
in Michigan. That's,
Yeah. Oh
that's
yeah, they're doing a pretty bad
Just
job
like
there.
just
Caregivers
like they're
bad.
doing in Florida right now.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they
Everywhere that's allowed to
because
do
they
it.
change it,
Yeah,
man.
everywhere that they're allowed to change it, they do.
Yeah.
If you look at every state that they're allowed to change those laws like that,
They
they
just
get
play
changed.
with them, man. So
And
you
it's
know,
every new
again, I mean,
every new politician that comes in, if they don't like the laws a little, they go in and they do a little magic and
yeah,
they get
so
changed.
there's really no security in that, you know. So I don't know, man. I mean, that's what we're trying to work out here, and that's what we're going to keep trying to work out here. And if Amendment 3 passes, the one thing's for sure is it's a constitutional amendment, and we are stuck with it until somebody else puts up the fight to get it changed and go through
Until
the
this-
initiative and the signature gathering and all that whole process again.
Same process we just went through.
I
for
think the
that-
people
that.
who did Legal Mode 2022 will probably be busy.
Yeah,
They won't even be able to
They're
help.
not going to. They're going to be so busy with, you know, adult use. And,
Yeah, they'll be
you
like
know.
so busy
Yeah.
fucking making it.
Making it rain, baby. Making
So,
it rain.
Skylar, no, that on November 8th, no, House Bill 2704 will not be on the ballot.
No,
Only
'cause
Amendment 3.
It's not that way. It's a different process, brother.
Yes.
Okay,
It's a
so House Bill 2704 is a bill that would turn into a law if it passed
Yes.
through all the
Through the legislature.
all the red tape.
Yep.
That
video, Dank
Amendment 3
Davis-
is a constitutional amendment that will change the law, and it will be basically set in stone.
Dank Dave explains all that. I'm actually going to be posting that video tomorrow. He went in
Yep.
last week and he explained that whole process, and I'll post that up on our YouTube tomorrow. So
Yes, sir.
be looking for that tomorrow, and that'll explain the difference between the two, and yeah, you'll learn all that stuff. You didn't catch it last week.
Yep, but I don't have a lot of faith in a House bill, not the House Bill 2704. I love the
Just
way
House
it's written.
bill.
I just don't have a lot of faith in it, but, you know, if it did pass, would it be any better or would it be worse? Michigan, it was great up front. Now it really, really sucks.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, so
They
but
lure you in with a good promise
and then they
and change
get
it.
you know. So anyway, think about it real hard. Whatever direction you want to go, you know. So I mean,
It's all about perspective.
it's all about perspective.
I'll say this. If it was, okay, so the caregiver stuff doesn't look great with the House bill, if I'm not mistaken.
and that's what I want to see, and that's what I'm anxious to get
So-
into here in the near future.
I'll say this, that if for, I would, like, the caregiver stuff in Amendment 3 is on point, right? So, but it's not total expungement, right? The
Right.
only thing that I would, like, I would trade the proper caregiver if they only, you know, you can only grow one plant, but we'll let everybody out of jail for cannabis.
Right,
Everybody
right,
all the way.
right.
I'd say,
You'd have
Do
to
I'd
it.
say fine. I'll just grow one plant if that's what you
Well,
want.
like we said last week, realist, you know, what we want, we want full expungement, we want no limit, we want to grow it like tomatoes in our backyard.
that's
we
what
want
we want.
full open. But realistically, we have to be able to compromise in some areas. So how much are you willing to
No,
compromise?
the fuck we don't.
No, we don't.
We don't have to
Well,
compromise.
well, we don't-
can
we don't
choose
have
not
to.
to decide.
No,
We
right.
can fucking vote no. We
right.
don't have to compromise. We don't have to compromise.
We can
shit.
vote. Oh yeah, we can vote no on both of these. But I'm saying at some point I'm getting
This is
fucking
a
tongue-tied
bipartisan
stoned.
issue,
Yes.
okay? So you've got people on both sides of the aisle that have actually come together. Some people have a very strong phobia of cannabis, right? So this is kind of what you're saying. So you're
Right.
going to have some compromise in there
in
because
somewhere.
You've
Yes, you
got
will.
to,
Right.
You've got to make these people feel comfortable.
But
And
that
that's-
don't mean you have to vote for that
Well,
compromise.
no, and that's true.
You
But I'm
have
just
that
saying
choice.
Right.
we can do better. You know, that's
Yeah,
that's
absolutely can.
easily, you know, there's no debate
Right.
there. But at some point we will compromise because to get it done, it takes bipartisan support.
Yes, I agree.
Oh yeah,
100%.
no bill. There won't ever be a bill that will make it. I doubt there will ever make it through ballot that will completely open everything. There won't be, not for a long
No.
time.
I've
We have
dabbed
a lot
out
of
3
Steve-
times now.
Yeah,
You're dabbing out?
we've all have.
What's up, Stuart?
How many times have I? Has anybody been counting my dabs?
We've been dabbing out since 8 o'clock.
You know what, guys? Those of you who stuck with us, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're going to just keep digging into this. Get everybody educated. Let everybody know. Yeah, you know. I can't. I've already said it.
We're just going to tell you all the bad shit about everything. That way you just like don't even know what to do.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Stay lifted. Good
Later.
night.
Kansas City Cannabis, your hometown, locally owned and operated cannabis dispensary. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through your journey to wellness. Patients First is our guiding mantra, and we'll continue to bring quality, affordable medicine to the patients of Missouri. Kansas City Cannabis Company, inspiring wellness. For location, hours, and current menu, visit kccannabis.org.
This skiller facility in Clarence, Missouri actually used to be an old Maytag factory.
So we use a 0.2 micron filter on all runs.
One thing that Coco is super big about is we promote within.
Welcome to Coco Lab.